Transformative education happens not just in classrooms, laboratories, and libraries.
Throughout the university's history, our gymnasiums and playing fields have been the sites of wins and losses, but also of lifelong friendships formed and lifetime lessons learned.
If I could send a message to the donors, I'd thank them for everything, because I do everything that I do on this court because of them. I'm able to use these facilities to the best of my ability, and I'm able to do well in sports and academics because of them.
Good evening and welcome inside R.A. Fagelno Hall. I'm Bill Downing. This is Dawson Wells, and we are live for CCIW basketball action. It's the Elmhurst University Blue Jays welcoming in the Big Blue of Millikin University. And Dawson, this is a big matchup. We're stuck right in the middle of the CCIW standings, and coming off a really tough loss at Carthage, this is a big one at home.
Yeah, absolutely, and it was a tough loss. It's been a tough trip on the road, basically all season for this Blue Jays side. But against Carthage, I mean, Trellenberg, he showed up, had 17, but you need that rest of the team to show up. No one else had double-digit points in scoring against the Redbirds, or the Firebirds, excuse me. So need the rest of the team to show up on the scoring front.
Well, a lot of teams in the CCIW love that home cooking, and so do the Blue Jays. They have won all 6 games here at R.A. Fagelno Hall this season, and when they defeated Ripon right before the new year, 84-57, it kind of sent a message to the team. Okay, we got a very short break, big business coming up as they flip the calendar to 2026 and the CCIW. As you mentioned, we were talking about Carthage. That was a tough loss, but we move on, and we got Millikin tonight. And Millikin having a pretty good season so far, 2-2 in the CCIW, 10-3 overall.
Yeah, and both these teams are 3-4 defensively in the CCIW in terms of points per game. And Millikin, they got a stud on their team, Lane Tillman, tonight. He's going to be one to watch out for. We'll talk more about him throughout the match.
Yep, he averages over 20 points a game, and that guy is an absolute stud. And it sounds like we are ready for opening ceremonies. We'll send it down to courtside for opening ceremonies and the starting lineups.
Before we begin tonight's game, we ask that you please stand if you are willing and able and face the flag next to the scoreboard for the playing of our national anthem.
First for the visitors, it's going to be Tion Spates, Nate Straughter, Ian Winkler, Lane Toman. We'll talk plenty about him tonight, I'm pretty sure, and McGrady Noyes. And for your Blue Jays, it's going to be Sebastian Blahout, Dominic Trellenberg, Luke Smith. And you talk about an exciting freshman, Dawson. That guy we'll be talking a lot about. And this guy too, Vinny Ajahong-Beta and Aiden Boone. And Boone's going to have himself a handful tonight because I'm pretty sure you're going to put him toe-to-toe with Tillman. And we are underway. Millikin gets the opening tip. Here's Winkler. Winkler gets it back. Straughter. Here's Tillman. Let's see if he gets started right away. Nope, it's going to be an opening turnover, and we'll take that. A little miscommunication there between Tillman and what looked like Straughter was going to be crashing the baseline.
Yeah, absolutely, and you'll take that to start off. And it looked like Trellenberg was taking on Tillman, very similar in height, so we'll see that matchup probably all night.
Ajahong-Beta scores right off the bat. And you talk about a guy that's been on a tear. He's only a sophomore, but he leads. He's fifth in the league, 42.4% from three-point percentage. And you take a look at what he does defensively, he definitely changes your game in the paint.
Absolutely, and the length, too, from Vinny is just incredible.
Tillman, my gosh, he clears out his own player. Here's Straughter again. Straughter going to cruise in. Second chance, not going to happen. Blue with the rebound. And here come the Blue Jays. Luke Smith is a story. Here's Ajahong-Beta, wild shot. I think he wanted that one again from the opposite elbow. But Luke Smith has been just a success story as a freshman. And I tell you, John Baines and his crew really get the best out of these young kids. And there's Straughter to tie up the game to a piece.
Absolutely. Talk about the recruiting class he had last year. One of them was Vinny Ajahong-Beta, who's now in the starting lineup. Played a lot of minutes last year, especially with now Trellenberg and Blahout in their senior years. You got to find guys to step up right after him. Luke Smith could be one of those pieces.
Here's Ajahong-Beta, left of the block. He's going to be double-teamed on the baseline. Kicks it back out. Blahout, 8 on the shot clock. Here's Boone. He's going to try a long three. That one is good from Aiden Boone.
And that's what he can do. 34% from behind the arc this season. You got to respect Aiden Boone's three-point shooting. And to be fair, they did. Spates was in his face and just couldn't get enough defense on it.
Yeah, Boone got a hand on that one, deflected it. Big Blue gets it back. Here's Straughter with their only 2 points. Winkler, right-handed dribble, baseline. Here's Tillman, free throw line. Tillman way outside, no good. And Smith with the rebound. The one thing about Aiden Boone, he's got to be real careful. He's got to be disciplined when it comes to the fouls. He's had a lot of fouls lately, and they need his big body in the paint.
Absolutely. He's the starting center for this team.
Sure.
Need him to just get rebounds.
And here's another guy that can shoot the three like crazy. That one he misses. Spates with the board. Senior from Indianapolis. Recruited by Big Blue. Here's Winkler, Strawder. That's going to be a good matchup. Winkler and Smith. Winkler, southpaw three is good, and we're evened up 5 apiece.
That big shot there from Winker. And for Elmhurst, they're going to need to respond or at least shoot better than they did in their last game from 3 against Carthage. They went 5 for 25, way below their season average with 20%. Missed all of their 3-point attempts in that second half. Need to get that going.
I can tell you the memo reads to double team Aja Hongbeta every time he gets the ball. And just like Trellenberg, double team with only 3 on the shot clock, and that's going to be a turnover.
Already early in this contest, you've seen the defense. Both these teams, 3 and 4 in defensive points given up. You showed it already. Just lockdown defense right in your face, giving you no space to even breathe or get a shot up.
Talon Pearson has the responsibility of Mr. Toman right now. He is an absolute specimen. He's got strong legs, strong upper body, and he's a southpaw, and he's not afraid to show it and to shoot it. Right there, he gets his first points.
Yeah, and coming off a 34-point game as well in the loss in Millikin's last game against Augustana, so he's feeling it right now.
Here's Pearson. Able to get that one out to Smith. Trellenberg, baseline, in and out, no good. Spates with the board, the 6'7" senior. It's a pretty big team out there for Big Blue.
It really is, and compared to the undersized, really, Elmhurst team, got to compete, get in people's faces.
Winkler turnaround, just shy of the free throw line. And now it's a 4-point lead for the visitors from Decatur, Illinois, the Big Blue.
And Winkler's the third option for this Big Blue side. There's Luke Smith.
Well, Hoot, you talk about a guy that is very, very unselfish. He will find the open man cutting, and I tell you, that's one of his specialties. Love to watch. He's got such great vision. There's Toman from the corner for 3, and don't let him settle in because it could be a long night right there, 12-7.
Absolutely, already up to 5 points. You got to watch out for Toman. He's the main focus on this Big Blue offense, and they left him wide open.
Yeah, he's scary. He is scary good. Here's Trellenberg. Picked up defensively by Noyes. Boone's going to try another 3. Why not? He's got 2.
On his bag a little bit there, too. Pump fake, step back 3. Over
the big man's got some rhythm.
Absolutely, my goodness.
Timeout on the floor. Big Blue leads by 2, 12-10. Well, I tell you, Boone's got 6 points already. He's 2 for 2 from the floor. Well, he's nailed every 3 that he has shot. Shooting percentages early on, 57% for the Blue Jays, 63 for Big Blue. Winkler and Toman tied at 5 apiece for Big Blue as far as scoring goes, but I tell you, Toman, it's almost like you have to have somebody like in a backpack right on his back. You can't give this guy any room whatsoever, Dawson, because if you do, he's going to hurt you. I mean, it's a guy you know he's going to get points. He's not going to be denied points. Very rarely does he have anything under single digits or double digits. He's just that good of a player. He's going to get his shots.
Absolutely, and the shots he's gotten up so far and the points he's scored, it's because he's had that space. We saw that 3 got left pretty much wide open in the corner. You got to give him no room to breathe, but then he can beat you off on the dribble, so he's such a tough player to guard.
Orgliasso now in the contest. Another big man, 6'7", number 32, to compliment Toman. Turn around in the paint. That rolls out. Boy, that was one that you thought was going to drop. Let's see what we can do here. Marshall for the Blue Jays on the opposite side of the court. Finds Cherry. Here's Flahoot. 14 on the shot clock, 14 on the game clock here in the first half. Bill Downing, Dawson Wells, Greg Rosel, 5 on the shot clock. LaHoot, shot up, no good. That's going to be a shot clock violation. As I mentioned, Greg Rosel from Suncom.tv. You're watching these games on the CCIW network. You can find us on X, formerly known as Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. And the Elmhurst University's athletics YouTube page. We're in J-term here at Elmhurst University right now, so not everybody back still from Christmas break, but those overachievers wanting to get in some more edumacation. They are doing it here right now, and Strauder was going to be fouled. You did J-term before, did you not?
Of course. Yeah.
I tell you, those extra classes, it helps in the end.
Absolutely.
You guys should check that out. Just go to the Elmhurst University website and check it out. Take advantage of everything that this university has. You really need to. Are you going to do the 50-50?
Not tonight.
It's more like a 10-90% chance you're going to win.
Right.
I know Greg, he's digging deep into those big pockets of his. Now we got 2 Gregs, and I got to be careful. I got Greg, Glenn. I got to put name tags on them now. Ajahong Betta gets that one knocked out. 4-point lead for Big Blue here early on. 13:23 left here in the first. Here's Jack Cherry, gets it in. Ajahong Betta, he is just a big, strong kid from Moline. As a freshman, you could tell from freshman to a sophomore, he spent some time in the gym. Another 4 seconds on the shot clock. Marshall's got to get this shot off, and it has to be a good one. It hits the rim. Pearson trying to track it down, and he can't. Orgliasso is going to be a travel.
Yeah, they call it travel.
It is.
Wow, that's such a tight call.
That is a tight call.
I mean, he is sliding. That's a tight call.
I mean, you're going to slide. I thought traveling has something to do with your feet.
Yeah, I think it's once you leave your feet. It depends on how far you move. That's such a tight call, especially since he got rid of the ball so quickly, too.
Yep, the Blue Jays caught a break there. Here's Pearson. Finds Marshall on the near wing. Trellenberg cuts down low, and he's going to be fouled. Pat Orgliasso, the 6'7" junior out of Chesterfield, Illinois, commits the foul on Trellenberg. Trellenberg receives that pass so quickly, Dawson, and turns around. He knows where the basket is, doesn't give you much time to defend, and that's how he draws so many fouls.
Yeah, and went right up with it so quickly, like you said. I mean, you got to bury your free throws. I mean, on the season, 76.5% from the free throw line. That's probably one of the weaker areas of his game. I mean, he's averaging 18 points a game. I mean, the rebounds, 6 rebounds a game from a guard is really, really solid. But you can't split free throws.
Right, and you talk about rebounding. How about Ajahong Betta, 17 offensively, and just flips a switch, 60 on the defensive boards. That guy is a machine when he cleans up the messes on the boards. Here's Strauder straight on for 3, and that's good.
And he missed last game for Big Blue and has come out against Elmhurst on fire. He's the second leading scorer for this Millikin side with 16.4 right behind Tillman.
Yeah, he's going to be one you got to watch. Pearson over to Cherry. Cherry, free throw line. Pearson, long 3, near the top of the key. That one no good. And a strong board by Chris Ketchum, the 6'5" sophomore out of St. Lou. Big Blue in transition. Here's Anderson. Kobe Anderson drops it off Ketchum into paint. Jump shot somehow got it through Trellenberg and Ajahong Betta. That was a very athletic play right there. 19-11, Big Blue.
Yeah, this second unit for Millikin is going to be key in this game. You really only get scoring from Toman, Strauder, and Winkler. So
Ajahong Betta wide open again. that play between him and Trellenberg has been open so far all night, and that's where they've got a majority of their scoring, minus the threes from Boone.
Yeah, when they've gone elsewhere, Millikin has guarded well.
Now that's good coaching right there. Here's Straughter again from out. My gosh. He missed last game, and he's here tonight for sure. He is playing his mind out right now.
38.5% from 3 on the year.
They're going to have to be careful, Dawson.
Exactly. It's going to get ugly quick if they don't respond.
Marshall top 3. That's no good. That's not the shot he wanted. Here's Trellenberg. Now Cherry. Good three-point shooter. That one's not good. Catch him with another board. Couple shots and done. Ketchum throws this one wildly. Trellenberg comes down. Here's Marshall. Trying to find Pearson in transition. Can't do it. Turnover. Kobe Anderson in Big Blue. The 22-13 lead here early on.
The last 17 three-pointers the Blue Jays have attempted, they have only made 2 of them. It's a real cold streak right now for Elmhurst, and that's really what runs their offense, is when they're hitting threes, opens that floor up for those middle cuts. They're still finding the middle cuts right now, but I mean, this Millikin defense is doing a great job face-up guarding. It's causing a lot of problems for Elmhurst.
Yeah, it seems like Elmhurst, they're getting a couple shots, not making it. Big Blue comes down, drains a 3. That's where you see the separation here early on. Here's Winkler, one-on-one with Smith. Crossover, over in the corner. Southpaw shot up, that one no good. Big, strong rebound by Noyes. Fresh 20 for Big Blue. Eli Stipp, he loses it. Here's Boone. Boone, Ajahong Betta, bang! Ajahong Betta now with 6. 22-15. Boy, Big Blue's got a deep bench, you could see. Their starting 5 is good, but their back 5 just as good. Here's Smith with the board. Ajahong Betta. Boone. Ajahong Betta, another good three-point shooter.
Trellenberg's got a mismatch in the paint, was wanting that ball against the smaller Winkler, couldn't get it.
Sure does. Smith, long 3 for the freshman off the front of the rim, no good. And boarded down by McGrady Noyes, a 6'5 sophomore out of Troy, Illinois. We had to look up some of these towns. Me and Dawson were trying to figure out some of these little towns these student athletes are from. Toman out of Mackinac, Illinois, down by Peoria. We had no idea where that was. Here's Winkler. 10 on the shot clock. Shot from the free throw line is good. And head coach John Baines is going to call a full timeout. 8:58 left here in the first, 24-15. We're going to take a quick break here on the CCIW Network. Millikin leads 24-15.
I have a lot of family support that helps me balance school, the kids, work. A lot of people have said to me, Victoria, I don't know how you do it. It's crazy going back to school now. Why? You already have a company, you're already working. Why would you do that to yourself? I said Elmhurst is a great place to start off, even at my age, to come back to. The MBA program, the price of it is affordable. The location is very convenient. The teachers are phenomenal. I can't ask for a better school to go to. Once I graduate, it'll get back to normal and it'll be a lot easier, but it's well worth it.
Welcome back inside RA Falconer Hall. 24-15 is your score. Don't forget, your halftime viewing pleasure, the Palms. Captain Stella Frake will be on board. You get a chance to watch them at halftime. Always entertaining. Right now, 8:58 left in the first. 24-15, Big Blue. Both these teams kind of stacked in the middle of the standings here early on. As they flip the page of 2026, this is is all CCIW from here on out. These are all big games. Ajahong better from the corner. Bang!
What a huge shot there from Vinny. Needed that out of the timeout. John Bain, such a good head coach. Gets his team going consistently out of timeouts, especially at home.
Yeah, he's turned out to be a really, really good three-point shooter for the big man. Here's Smith. Trellenberg. A little bit of a slow start for Trellenberg. He's got 1 point. Here's Smith. Three from the far wing is good. There we go. Lead down to 3 now for Big Blue. All we need is to stop here to kind of change a little bit of momentum. I don't think Toman ever takes a break. That kid is Winkler. He says, if you can do it, I can do it. He misses this one, and that's going to be an offensive foul. It has to be. That was Ketchum all over the back. Are they going to call this on the Blue Jays?
So they called it on Boone there.
Unbelievable. Ketchum was all over the back.
Blue did a great job boxing out.
I thought so too.
Honestly, unless Boone came over the top and hit him in the arm during the rebound, but
they gave Boone the foul. That could have been offsetting right there, to be honest with you. Toman gets it out, Ketchum. Going to drive in the paint. Stop, step, jump, and good. Ketchum. Now with 4 points. Lead back up to 5. Here's Trellenberg. That was a dangerous pass. Now Blahoot trying to find Ajahong Beta and Winkler with the foul.
Big Blue is jumping all over these passing lanes. And Winkler fighting over Vinny too. That's a mismatch you like Vinny to have there over the smaller Winkler. It's really one of the only size mismatches that Elmhurst has.
Well, I think if you look at it, Dawson, it looks like the passes, here's Boone, the passes by the Blue Jays, they need to get a little bit stronger passes because
absolutely.
Big Blue is reading them.
Just wanted to make sure you're running.
And we're going to have a jump ball. It is going to be a jump ball. 9 times out of 10, if the last person that jumps on the pile usually gets a foul.
Yeah.
At least these days. Take a look at this one.
I think that's what Millikin, the bench wanted at least. I mean, Boo did a great job getting on the floor and fighting for it.
And out of nowhere comes Smith to get the jump. So the possession arrow will be with the Blue Jays. And I think that's what Kramer Soderberg is talking about. Hey, last one on top of the pile, you can't do that. You got to go for the ball. You just can't land on the guy. Here's Blahoot, 10 on the shot clock. Smith, near corner. Boone going to try another 3, and he's going to be fouled and go to the line for 3. That one was short, but he'll be able to redeem himself from the free throw line. Boone had a pretty good look with a big man right in front of him.
Yeah, you did well. That's a foul all day.
Had the big man Eli Stipp, the 6'7" fresh. How many 6'7" guys do they have on this team? My gosh. They got 6'5", 6'5", 6'7", 6'4", 6'5", 6'6", 6'10". This is a tall bunch of Big Blue.
It's a very tall team. It's a very tall team. And you look at the Elmhurst size, I mean, Aiden Boone, he's not too tall himself, only 6'5", and he's the big man for Elmhurst. So it's a very tall side for Big Blue.
Ajahong Beta gets the boards, kicks it back out to Blahoot. Blahoot left of the lane. Smith, corner 3. That one wild, no good. Boone under the basket, goes back up, no foul. Smith comes down with it. Ajahong Beta on Toman. And that's going to be Toman with the foul. What a crazy sequence right there after the missed free throw by Boone.
Very crazy. Millikin, they're just playing physical defense. Almost kind of responding a little bit there with some physicality themselves, but this has been a physical game.
Yeah, they're kind of letting them play to a certain point. Here's Blahoot, free throw line shot up, that's good. Blahoot's first points of the game. 6'2" senior out of Wooddale, Illinois. Down to a 1-point lead for Big Blue. Here's Toman. I'm not even going to say it, but he has been a little. I've heard some crickets out there with Toman so far, and that's okay with us. Straughter. Lahoot picks him up right of the lane. Turnaround shot. That one no good, and Boone with the board and stripped by Ketchum. Ketchum trapped underneath the basket. Kicks it out to Winkler. Winkler going to drive. Near elbow. Count it.
Yeah, he just found the space and was wide open. It wasn't a hand up at all.
Nope. Winkler with 9. Lead back to 3. Here's Blahout. Blahout underneath the basket, and he's going to be fouled, I believe, by Straughter. Chaminade High School out of St. Louis, Missouri. Nate Straughter, 6'2" guard. They're going to say 42 on the foul. I don't see a 42 anywhere. Neither team is a 42, so I'm going to give you the foul, Dawson. Blahout to the line. Misses the first. Blahout on the season, pretty solid free throw shooter, right around 69%. He was 31 of 45 prior to that shot.
The fourth free throw, Elmhurst says, or excuse me, the third free throw, Elmhurst says missed so far.
Not sure what that was.
I think they're still discussing on who the last foul was.
They have to be because there's no 42. Now see, this is a kind of a big call because we got to figure out who that guy was. You can't just throw a foul at somebody. You got to get it right. It's almost like they got to look at the video, and I think that's what they're going to do.
I'll look at it right here.
We'll beat them to it.
It's 4 or 3. It's depending on what they call, because Winkler,
I agree,
slaps down, and then it's which foul they call. There's really 2 fouls there. It's one on Winkler and one on Straughter.
I agree. Blahout makes 1 of 2. It's got to be.
I think they gave it to Straughter.
They did. And something is still not right. Another stoppage as the ball goes over the center line. They're saying the shot clock didn't start, so they bumped it down to 27 seconds.
I think the game clock started, but not the shot clock.
That's kind of weird. I don't think that's supposed to happen. Catch him now, Toman. Toman on Trellenberg. I like Blahout, the double team, and that's going to be a travel. That's what you got to do to the big man right there. You got to make him doubt his game, and that's exactly what happened. He had nowhere to go because out here, Pearson had Straughter covered.
Exactly right, and that's what you got to do. When you bring those double teams, you got to close off the top side of the strong side on the defense.
A good camera angle there by Greg Rosal for sure, because that one showed everything. Everything you need to know. Suncom.tv and the CCIW network. Here's Trellenberg. One-on-one with Ketchum. Now he's going to be double teamed. That leaves Blahout wide open. That one didn't hit anything. Boone trying to keep it alive. And Toman somehow gets the board. Kobe Anderson, the freshman out of O'Fallon, Missouri, down by St. Louis. That one blocked. Boy, Blahout doing it on both ends of the court. Here's Cherry.
What a series from Blahout. Was quiet early on, but has showed up on the defensive end the last 2 possessions.
And that's big. That is big for Elmhurst right there. Everybody's got to stand up. Take their turn. Here's Boone. 7 seconds. Blahout. Wow, they're out at center court. 4 seconds. Blahout. They got to get a shot off. Trellenberg. 3. That's going to be another shot clock violation. Well, they have yet to figure out that D by Big Blue. 3:59 left.
With how good that defense has been for Millikin, it's only a 2-point game.
It's crazy. I know.
They've done just enough to stay in it and respond to the defensive end.
All right, here comes Kobe Anderson. One of the smaller guys on the court at 6'1". It's hard to believe. Here's Toman, one-on-one with Trellenberg. That is a great matchup. Straughter gonna cruise in, right of the lane, shot up no good. Ketchum tries to come down with it, Straughter too. Aja Hungbeta grabs yet another board for the Blue Jays. Now here's Cherry, calls out the play, moves it to the near side. Now Marshall and Pearson right in front of the big blue bench. That one's stripped. And the foul on Pearson. Kobe Anderson and Pearson were all locked up. I don't think that was more on Pearson than it was on Anderson, to be honest with you.
Yeah, we'll see it again here. I mean, Pearson, they just got their arms tangled in a little extracurriculars there from Anderson.
I haven't seen arms tangled like that since my senior prom back in 1987. Which the disclaimer is, I paid $300 to go and only spent about 20 minutes there. Just want to make sure everybody knows.
You know what? Fair enough.
Yeah, and we all headed out, went out to our cabins that we have out in Iowa, and well, we did a lot of fishing. It was great. Good times. Senior year. Here's Toman. Goes in. He's going to be fouled, I believe, by Marshall. Now, Marshall did everything right. Put his hands up, and Toman just drove right into him.
Yeah, just didn't get him set in time. I think if he just stops moving there for a second, he's got a case there, but was still driving towards Toman when he went up to shoot it.
Toman on the night, 5 points, 2 of 4 from the field. His first free throw is good. Quite a nice crowd here tonight during the J-term. Decatur, not too far away. Big Blue always travels well. And they have one of the nicer buses.
Absolutely.
I love that one. It just says Millikin Big Blue on it. Says it all. 4-point lead with 2:56 left here in the first. But Trellenberg's just getting held big time by Noyes. You can see the jersey just being pulled. Here's Aja Hungbeta. 9 seconds. Smith from the corner, kind of trapped. Trellenberg top of the key for 3. Count it. Nothing but net for Mr. Trey Trellenberg.
This is such an important last 3 minutes of this half. You got to play well going into the second half. And that's a big 3.
1-point lead, 30-29. Yeah, you want that momentum going into halftime. Here's Toman. Aja Hungbeta just covering him like a drape. There's a 3 from the corner. That one no good by Anderson, but the rebound is by McGrady Noyes. So they'll get a fresh 20 with 2 minutes on the clock. Here's Toman. Runs right over Trellenberg. Marshall, will he get it? And is Toman going to be called for the foul?
I think they called on
There's no way that's on Marshall.
What is he supposed to do there?
Nothing. He had the ball. Well, if I was John Baines, I'd be all over that. That is a bad call. Look at Marshall. What did he do?
He beats him there.
He didn't do anything. If anything, Toman tripped over him. Unbelievable. They gave him the foul. That's a terrible call.
Wow.
Yeah, that's not good because Marshall had his hand on the ball. And Toman tripped over.
He had possession of the ball. Jeez. Plus, that's his second foul, so he's going to go sit.
Yeah, that's not good. Now, how do you give an A for effort right there when you're going to get called for a foul? Here's Toman. Yeah, I don't subscribe to that call at all. Here's Straughter. Down to 10 on the shot clock. Here's Noyes. Shot up and good.
Wow.
Boy, oh boy.
What a competitive shot.
Yes.
But a big response now, and he can't do that.
And a turnover. That is the 8th turnover by the Blue Jays tonight. Don't forget, Palms action coming up at halftime. Captain Stella Frake and the Palms will be entertaining you. The big man will drop this one off to Noy. Shot up, looking for back-to-back baskets, can't do it. Boone gets the board. For Boone, that's his 4th board of the night. Now Smith. We approach 65 seconds left here in the first.
Have to respond if you're the Blue Jays. Had the momentum slip after that call. You need to get a bucket here.
Yes, you don't need a 3. Just get some points. 8 on the shot clock. And it looks like Strauder's going to get the call on this one. And that's going to be his 2nd foul. So that takes out Strauder for the final 52.3 seconds. And also joining him, Kobe Anderson. Fresh 20. There's a foul away from the ball, and I believe that's going to be on Ketchum.
Called him for a hold, which, I mean, that's the first time they've called that tonight. You've been really able to call that every possession so far for Millikin.
Correct. And maybe that's the start of something that they're going to have to keep an eye on, because you're right. Every play going down, there's a hold. Trellenberg makes the first. Trellenberg now with 5 points. He's 2 of 3 from the free throw line. Dominic Trellenberg, 6'5" senior from Westchester, played at Nazareth, right there on Ogden Avenue. You talk about a powerhouse in the state of Illinois. Just say Nazareth. And Chicago Catholic League, it's just powerhouse after powerhouse. Oh, Boone's going to pick up a cheap foul right there. That's going to be his 2nd.
Had a guy drafted into the White Sox organization this past summer.
J.J. McCarthy, the quarterback for the Vikings. I mean, that Catholic League is just full of, like, D1 NFL stars. I tell you, the Chicagoland area and the state of Illinois is putting out some really big players in football.
Absolutely.
There's Winkler. Winkler's going to pull that out between the circles. Looking for the pick that time. Couldn't get it. Winkler from the wings, got to hand it off. Ketchum, 1 second. That one hits the rim. No shot clock violation. Vinny Ajahongbeta fighting for it. And they're going to give it to Big Blue with the shot clock off and 16.9 seconds left. So they can hold it for the final shot if they choose to. 32-31.
Gives Strauder an opportunity, too, to come back into the game with the ball going out of play. He's been pretty money tonight.
And I tell you, Dawson, you cover other universities and so forth. We see so much talent out of the Chicagoland area. I mean, it's just great to see these stories.
Absolutely.
7 seconds left. Here's Winkler. Pull back, and in and out, no good. Ketchum with the follow through. And it's 34-31 at halftime. Head coach John Baines, he's talking about that play. He says, you can't do that.
Oh, there was a couple plays in that last minute 30 that I'm sure he doesn't agree with very much. One of them was the foul on that far side. Elmhurst did a good job, lost a little momentum after that call, but was able to get it back, got a bucket, and then that other one down on the baseline the last possession. That's a 4-point swing.
It is. It's a huge swing. Blue Jays, no field goals in the last 2 minutes and 36 seconds. They shot 45% in the first half. Millikin not much better at 48. Just a couple more boards and a couple little scoop shots, and we have a 3-point lead as the Palms are heading out onto the court. Captain Stella Frake will be leading this team. I'm Bill Donning, Dawson Wells, Greg Rosel. We have CCIW Network, Suncom.tv, and now we got the Palms. Enjoy, we're at halftime. Millikin 34, Blue Jays 31. Well, as they try to figure out the song for the Palms by the captain led by Stella Frake, we're still at halftime, 34-31, 11:35 left until we start the second half. And it's been a very entertaining first half. You know, these two teams kind of log jammed in the middle of the standings. And let's see, are we back on? I'm going to just keep talking. Elmhurst leads in the series 80-78. Since 2000, Elmhurst leads the series 40-10. So basically, they're 20-5 at home and 20-5 at Millikin. So, I mean, you can't get any closer than that.
Yeah, it's a very even series in history between these two. Elmhurst did well last year, was able to sweep them. Actually, they held Tolman to 19 points.
Yeah, the upcoming schedule for the Blue Jays, Saturday, doubleheader action, Augustana. Vikings will be in the house, women's and men's action. Then they'll be at Carroll next Wednesday, and then the following Saturday at North Park, which that's going to be huge. North Park sitting at the top of the standings, 3-1, 10-3 overall. And it just doesn't get any easier, but you'll be at our house after losing to Carthage. They'll be back here at RA Fagelno Hall on the 21st, and then the 24th, North Central, who's not having a very good season. Then they head down to Decatur, where Mr. Tolman completely went off on the Blue Jays last year. He loves that home cooking. And we're going to send it down to the Palms as they're ready to go, led by Captain Stella Frake.
The online ABSN nursing program allowed me a lot of flexibility in my schedule, and as an adult learner, that's important to me. One of my favorite parts of this program was the lab simulation and the clinical rotations. The preceptors we had were absolutely phenomenal role models, and those nurses took the time to walk us through the procedures, the equipment, and the nursing care that those patients needed. And we were able to see the impact of our role as nursing students affect those patients in a positive way. My classmates were phenomenal. They were absolutely fantastic, intelligent, hardworking people that brought extremely variable experience to the table. We really bonded as a group and we made some very close friendships. My professors and preceptors have helped me identify my strengths and where I would be a good fit in the nursing profession because there's so many possibilities in nursing. The impact I hope to have as a nurse is to educate my patients on how to be healthy and help them manage their chronic illnesses or even prevent those illnesses from occurring. Nursing is definitely a calling because nursing is a healing profession. Nurses make the special connection with their patients in order to support them through some of the most difficult times of their life. I believe that we are lifetime learners. We need to be learning constantly. And as nurses, we need to be learning because we need to update our knowledge continuously and bring our best foot forward for the benefit of our patients.
Professor Cunningham said, I think I have a really, really good culmination of what your interests are. And here, I am this 23-year-old saying, I have no idea what I want to do. I think I want to do this. Here are my interests. This is what I thought. Now, truly being a concentration in market research, it's everything that I aspired to and everything that I wanted. And the idea of market research is something that I didn't really think I would be interested in, and all of a sudden I'm in this concentration and in this program and I'm in love. My professors that I have here in my program are saying, if your company now values you, just wait until after you have your MBA and after you go through the full program. I had never taken any business classes as a Bachelor of Science major in biology. I never took an accounting class. I had never taken anything that would have gotten me to where I am now, where I'm able to speak with knowledge about things about our own growing firm, also talk about our competition and our industry, and talk about how we can expand and become better. There's absolutely no way I would be able to do what I'm doing now without this program.
I have a lot of family support that helps me balance school, the kids, work. A lot of people have said to me, Victoria, I don't know how you do it. It's crazy going back to school now. Why? You already have a company, you're already working. Why would you do that to yourself? I said Elmhurst is a great place to start off, even at my age, to come back to. The MBA program, the price of it is affordable. The location is very convenient. The teachers are phenomenal. I can't ask for a better school to go to. Once I graduate, it'll get back to normal and it'll be a lot easier, but it's well worth it.
Being a military-friendly school was a big part of why I selected Elmhurst.
Military benefits actually helped me completely with my education, as I wouldn't have gone back to school if it hadn't been for the military benefits.
By being able to use the GI Bill at Elmhurst, I was able to really just focus on my education and doing well in the program versus having to worry about the financial aspect of paying for school.
It was seamless and easy to process. They also are part of the Yellow Ribbon program, which helped make up the difference for the cost that the GI Bill did not.
Welcome back to RA Fagnall Hall. Dawson Wells with you, Bill Downing right next to me. Millikin leading 34-31 as we enter the second half. Let's take a look at the first half highlights for you inside of RA Fagnall Hall. Good steal here from Aiden Boone, and gives it to Vinny for the slam home. Vinny wasn't done in the first half, had a very good quarter, or half I should say, 9 points, including this three from the corner. Knocked down from Ejahong Beto. Elmhurst kept it close. We're battling the entire way. Competitive three. With a hand in his face from Trellenberg. Splish splash from him. And then an interesting call to end the half here. EJ Marshall dives for it and he gets called for the foul by Toman after he gets the ball on the sideline. There was a couple interesting calls to end that first half, Bill, including that one.
You know, I think, Dawson, I think what they saw was Toman falling, and they saw the arm of Marshall laying there, but I don't think they saw the fact that Marshall put his arm that he was spread out going for the ball, actually had it around the ball, which makes it a possession. And the fact that I think Toman was over aggressive, really had nowhere to go and tripped and fell. And they got the call when that was, like you mentioned during the broadcast, that was a 4-point turnaround right there. And you take a look at the score, 34-31, it kind of made a huge difference in the halftime score because Blue Jays went down and scored, but with that 4-point turnaround and what we consider a kind of a sketchy call, came back to bite the Blue Jays. But we know head coach John Baines will not let them haunt him. He kind of let the referees know, hey, you know, that was not we don't subscribe to that kind of stuff here at Elmhurst University. And we'll see what kind of calls he gets here in the second half because that guy right there, you look, Mr. John Baines, future Hall of Famer in my books. That guy's got his finger on the pulse. He knows what's going on. Referees respect him. Players respect him. And we'll see what he brings out here in the second half.
Absolutely. Vinny Adjahong-Beta, your leading scorer for the Elmhurst in the first half. He had 9 points. And then Schroeder for Big Blue with 10. Millikin's going to start off on the offensive end with that 3-point lead. There's Toman. A little quiet from him, only 7 points so far. Over to Winkler. Back to Schroeder, and he's been so good, just lights out from 3 when he's got a hand in his face. Doing good defense, but can't get away from Noyes.
Now that kid's something else. He is good, and you give him that much room in the paint, he's gonna make you pay.
And Noyes has played well, 4 points, but has had a couple of competitive shots in the paint. Well, who's in the paint? No foul called, and then kept alive by Winkler. Falling out of bounds. Toman's going to try to go coast for coast. This is it. And a rebound put back by Spates. Good start for Big Blue in this second half. Not what Elmhurst wanted. They're going to call timeout.
Yep, John Baines didn't like that start at all. That's not how he drew it up at halftime. And the fact that that was not a good shot down on this side, and then Big Blue able to turn it around, now up 38-31, a 7-point lead. He just wants to regroup these guys, and that's a really good timeout because you don't want to wait to get your message out. And you can see Boone just shaking his head. That's not the way we drew it up. And it's frustration, but it's good frustration because I think that's what head coach John Baines wanted was, hey, listen, calm down. This is early. We can lose the game right here if we don't get our heads back in it.
Right, you got 5 timeouts coming out of halftime.
Yes.
Can't take them to the next game. Might as well just reset, call timeout, and get going here in this second half.
Best to do it early. You're
exactly.
Right.
There's Adjahong-Beta down in the low block. Finds Trellenberg. He's going to want a 3. Boone can't get the rebound. Falls to Winkler.
But good block out that time by Noyes.
Toman guarded by Trellenberg. Finds Schroeder, and another one from Schroeder.
That's trouble right there.
3 for 4 from 3 tonight, up to 13. Adjahong-Beta wants a response, and he does!
How about that? Vinny from downtown Elmhurst.
What a response. Elmhurst needed that, Bill.
Yes, they did. Other scores are on the CCIW right now. Illinois Wesleyan pounding Augustana 52-40.
There's Noyes, turnaround jumper, that's too short. Spates gonna put back another putback for Spates.
He is having a lights out. Boy, my stats completely just went away. Yeah, he's playing really good.
Yeah, 4 points, 4 rebounds for Spates, all in this. At least 2 of those rebounds in this second half. All the points coming in the last couple of minutes.
Boy, what was just a 3-point game is now spread out to a 9-point lead. Here's Adjahong-Beta.
Smith from the free throw line. Off the back of the rim. Rebound Trellenberg. Fade away 2. Can't get it. Winkler battling on the board for it, gets it away to Spates. Here's Tolman. Gets it up and sets up this Big Blue offense. Winkler taking on Boone, mismatch. Passes out of it. Schroeder driving in, turnaround two. Man, Schroeder is insane right now.
15 points for the big man. You've got to put a body on him. Cannot allow him to get below the free throw line. He has been deadly there the entire night.
It feels like all of them have been contested. Here's Trellenberg, can't find a response. And it's off. Tolman gonna stay with the Blue Jays down on this left-hand side. They've done well though. Hold Tolman without getting any rebounds. He's third in the CCIW in rebounds, only one tonight.
Schroeder leading away with 15 points. Winkler with 9. Tolman only 7.
They've done well keeping Tolman quiet, but haven't been able to find an answer for Schroeder on the offensive end. Able to get it into Boone right before the 5 seconds. Here's Blahout, guarded by Schroeder. Trellenberg on the wraparound. He's going to draw a foul from Noyes. That's his first.
Yeah, that was a good play. A good switch up that time. You see Noyes padded Trellenberg on the back. My bad. Good sportsmanship right there. Some big-time athleticism out on the court right now.
Absolutely. This is a big possession for Elmhurst. Luke Smith passes out. Here's Trellenberg. Got Tolman slipping. And a one for Vinny.
Take that one all day. Talk about athleticism. Look at that one from Aja Hongbeta.
Oh, man. We'll see it here again. Guarded by Tolman. Oh, man. Got Tolman slipping. And then an acrobatic 2-point jumper. And the foul.
Say he came out of them sneakers.
Oh.
My God, you don't see that very often.
No.
That dude has got tree trunks for legs. He is strong.
And completes the 3-point play for Vinny Adjahong-Beta. Up to 15 points for the Blue Jays tonight.
Yeah, we'll take that. He ties Schroeder for the overall lead here in this contest with 15.
You need to use that as a momentum shift, do Elmhurst.
That's where you need to keep Schroeder. You need to, well, just as I say that, he gets below the free throw line. Ooh.
Called block on Boone.
Well, it looked like Boone was planted that time, and Boone's going to pick up the foul. That's going to be his third.
Yeah, that's a big foul just inside the restricted area. I think he got set in time.
Just inside. 30-second timeout.
Timeout on the floor. Millikin lead 45-37. This is such an important stretch for Elmhurst now. They're getting outscored 11-6 here in this second half. What does Elmhurst need to do to get back going, Bill?
Well, I think what they need to do is get back to what got them there in the first half. And I think what Millikin did is they stole the thunder of the Blue Jays. They're doing exactly what the Blue Jays did in the first half. They came out absolutely on fire here in the second half, and led by Schroeder. I mean, it's hard to stop him, but they have so many different weapons. They got Noyes, they got Tolman, they got Winkler, they got Schroeder. You've got Ketchum that comes off the bench. I mean, you got Spates, who's been playing crazy here in the second half. I mean, it's the next up mentality that Big Blue has. They got a very deep bench, and, you know, John Baines knows that, and he's going to have to get the very best out of his players here to get this big home win and keep the winning streak at home alive.
And you mentioned Ketchum, starter for Schroeder, who missed last game, had 15 in the starting role, has 6 tonight off the bench.
Jeffrey Williams, the 6'4" freshman from Lafayette, Indiana, with the board.
He's going to let it fly, can't get it going. Down Millikin, and here comes Winkler on the far side.
I'm not sure that's the shot they wanted, but let's see if they can get Williams going here.
Schroeder just wide open, misses it. That's rare from him tonight. It's 3 for 4 from behind the arc.
This is where you got to take advantage of the mistakes by Big Blue. You've got to be able to take them. Tolman read that perfectly.
Here comes Schroeder trying to go up the floor. Battling for it, still in between hands. We'll see what the call is here. I don't think he's had a call yet.
No, but here's the replay.
I think it's going to be with Elmhurst. I didn't see a call. We got one ref that was on the near side pointing Elmhurst's way.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it went out of bounds or it wasn't a jump ball.
No, that's another weird call going on here tonight.
Had a couple of those, right?
Yeah. We'll take them, though, if it goes our way, for sure.
Right. Here's Trellenberg, top of the key. Over to Blue down in the corner.
I am telling you right now, Schroeder is quick to the dribble.
He's so good, and there's an intercepted pass.
Catch him.
Good move by him and through.
The Euro step comes alive there for Ketchum.
Beautiful move from him. Really no look, tipped that pass away and went coast to coast. It's a 10-point lead now for Millikin.
14:30 left, and it's going to take everything the Blue Jays have from here on out.
There's a hold on Noise fighting through that screen.
That's going to be his third, yeah.
Him and Schroeder really the only ones that have gotten in a little bit of foul trouble. Schroeder still with 2.
Yeah, Pearson with 2 and Marshall with 2 and Boone with 3.
That's the big one for Elmhurst.
It is.
Is Boone with 3.
We talked about it, Dawson. He's got to stay out of foul trouble. But good teams know that he's a good player, and they try to get him in foul trouble early, so they do exactly what he's doing right now, is sitting on the bench.
4 seconds on the shot clock for Luke Smith. Step back 3 over Tolman. Got it! Knocked down for Luke Smith.
How about that with the in-your-face tray? That's an impressive shot, especially with the shot clock. A lot of pressure.
Absolutely. Up to 8 points now for Smith. Brings it back to a 7-point game. Ketchum over to Winkler. Over to Schroeder again. What a pass. Mistake. Trellenberg takes it away. He's going to slow it down just a little bit. Gives it to Pearson. Over to Blue. Wants a 3.
That one didn't go off very well at all. Can they save it?
And just stepping out was Smith. But you're right. That one came off Blue Hoot's hand just a little bit weird.
Yeah, no spin, no not. I mean, he had a great view, a great look at the basket, but that one just did not come off the hand the way he wanted it. And he'll take a breather.
Elmhurst have had these mistakes. Millikin up to a couple of turnovers, 7 turnovers now in this game, but just haven't been able to capitalize out of the Blue Jays. And they're going to get another one here now, 8.
We'll take it. 8th turnover on Big Blue. But again, I sound like a broken record, but you've got to convert these turnovers into points. And right now, points off turnovers, we've only been able to do 7 points out of their 8 turnovers. They've been able to do 10 out of our 11.
Good cut from Trellenberg, baseline, rejected by Ketchum.
Schroeder is so fast. Smith was wide open.
Yeah, he closed down well. Here's Jack Cherry. Gonna drive in on Tolman. Back to Marshall, gonna fill the space, trying to acrobat layup. Can't get it, and it's Steep with the rebound. Tolman's gonna bring up the floor, guarded by Smith. Kick out Schroeder. Taking on Cherry. Driving in, turnaround 2, and Ketchum. That's the really 3rd rebound and lay-in we've seen in this half.
Yeah, Pearson let Ketchum get behind him. Was able to jump up and grab that board and put it in. Ketchum now with 10 points.
Here's Cherry from 3, trying to respond. Can't get it. Trellenberg able to get the rebound. Offensive rebound for Trellenberg. Elmhurst capitalized on the 2nd possession. Here's Marshall. Can't get it to go.
Yeah, that's got to be a foul. Is that on number 9, I believe? That's Kobe Anderson. Has to be on the attempted block out.
Good job. It was a good attempt. Schroeder did a good job to get a hand up. And then Pearson just nowhere to go. I grabbed really the entire way.
Yeah, Kobe Anderson, the freshman out of O'Fallon, Missouri, went to Fort Zumwalt North.
Well, Aiden Boone checks back in. 12 minutes to play with 3 fouls. Need him to stay out of foul trouble the rest of the way. Here's Smith, top of the key, guarded by Anderson. To Cherry. Taking on Tillman, trying to go free throw line. Turnaround jumper, knocked down off the back iron.
Down to a 7-point lead, Dawson.
Just haven't been able to break that 7-point barrier so far. Defense needs to respond. Old Millikin, Ketchup's trying to find something and gets a foul and one opportunity.
Well, this is our opportunity right here. We've got, I believe, Straughter is out. Spates is out. And Ketchum just picks up right where they left off. He's cleaning them boards up pretty well.
Got 12 points, 4 rebounds.
6'5" sophomore out of St. Louis.
And completes the 3-point play. Puts it back up.
Talk about some great players that come out of St. Louis area.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, East St. Louis football.
Oh.
I mean, powerhouse.
Couldn't believe they lost in the state finals.
Absolutely. It was the shocking result. Here's Adjong Betup. Can't find the jumper. Tolman gets it away. Another rebound for him. Anderson getting hounded. That's gotten the lane. It's going to get a foul.
Going to get the foul. Hey, East St. Louis, I forgot who they lost to. It was the Friars of, is it Frem?
I can't remember.
It was a high school with F. That much I know. And that was their first state title ever. So, yeah, athletics in the state of Illinois and the Midwest is just phenomenal. We see it here.
At all the levels of football in the collegiate level, you had 3 either win or compete for a national championship. COD, Illinois State, North Central. I mean, incredible.
It is.
The 10-point lead here for Millikin, 11:18 to go on the clock. Elmhurst just haven't been able to get on a run. They're 1 for their last 7. They've been outscored in this second half by 7 points.
El Trellenberg averages 18.2 points. He's got 6. Ajahong Beta comes in averaging 10. He's over his average at 15. And then Blahout right now. Wow, he's only got 3 and he averages just over 10, and so does Luke Smith. And Smith with only 8. I mean, Millikin's done what they had to do. I mean, they shut down the bigs of Elmhurst.
Schellenberg is only 1 for 7. It was that 3-pointer in the first half. He's had a couple of free throws. He's 3 for 4 from the line, but I was relatively silent tonight.
Blue Jays, 1 of their last 7.
Tolman gets out, Ketchum, 3. Couldn't stay hot, but rebound. Nice steep. Taking on Boone, gotta stay quiet. And he fights Boone. Boone did a good job to not get a foul, but that let off the defense a little bit. Couldn't put as much pressure as he wanted to.
6'7" up against 6'5" right there.
12-point lead for Millikin. Starting to break away a little bit here. Schellenberg draws a double team. Kick out, Pearson, top of the key. Can't knock it down. Tolman just flying through. It's going to be a jump ball. And Millikin's bench can't believe it.
We'll take it. Otherwise, they were going to call Boone for his 4th.
It's going to stay with Millikin, but that possession arrow is going to flip. Whew.
Well, they got lucky right there, I can tell you that.
It was close. Boone was getting a little too handsy there with a guy with 3 fouls and 10 to go.
I love his aggressiveness, though.
There's Anderson fighting down in the paint. Rebound by Boone. His 5th tonight. Quickly up to Trellenberg, taking on Tolman. Not a lot of contact. Trellenberg fights through to get the lay-in.
That is 2 trains colliding underneath the basket. Watch this. Pearson with great vision. Oh, he goes down hard, dominant.
Got Took a heavy shot on that lane. Knocks it down. Completes the three-point play, and Trellenberg up to 9 points. His second field goal tonight, and that gets him going here down the stretch.
Well, that ends the scoreless streak there for the Blue Jays. They needed that one in a bad way.
Ketchum, he's going to get fouled on his drive-in. Led the line. He's 1 for 1.
Millikin very quick off the dribble. Seems like they've been about a half a step ahead of the Blue Jays here tonight.
Both off on the offense and defensive side. You've really seen Millikin just fight through the passing lanes. Ketchum knocks down the first free throw. Millikin 8 steals tonight. Back up to a 10-point lead for Millikin. Can't knock it down. Pearson with the athletic rebound. 10 minutes to go. Elmhurst need to battle back. Down 10. At home. They haven't lost at home this year. Here's Boone, guarded by Steep. Leaning, guarded by Tolman. Good pass to Pearson for the lay-in.
Good vision by Vinny, the sophomore out of Moline. All you can say is, Vinny Ajahong Betta. Get ready to understand and know that name because he's only a sophomore.
Here comes Big Blue, looking for a response. Anderson, top of the key, taking on Cherry. Loses the ball, still with it, finds Tolman. Gotta look out for him, step around, knocked down.
Yeah, mismatch right there on Cherry. Trellenberg almost had him from behind.
He really did. Almost had the block. But
yep.
Every time Elmhurst gets a basket, Millikin has a response and can't do that. Tolman on the breakaway, slams it home over Boone.
Now he's starting to get going. He's got 11, and the Blue Jays are going to call a timeout. Back up to that 12-point lead that we were talking about. It's like been 10, 12, maybe 9, maybe 8, but every time, as you just mentioned it, the Blue Jays get a score, Big Blue has an answer.
Yeah, and they're shooting 61% in this half, 51 total on the game. That's really been the difference. Elmhurst just hasn't been able to knock down enough shots. Shooting 40% tonight is Elmhurst, 16 for 40 from the floor, and only 33% in this second half. It's been a challenge for the Blue Jays. Just haven't been able to break down this Big Blue defense.
7 of 21 from beyond the arc for 33%. They usually shoot a lot better as a team. As far as the free throws, 8 of 11, pretty consistent there. The turnovers, they lead in that category 12 to 8. I don't see anything that really stands out with the exception of points in the paint right now. Big Blue just hurting the Blue Jays, 30 to 14 in points in the paint.
Yeah, and that's just
big.
the size difference.
Yep.
That's just the size difference. Millikin, it's a big team, and there's a lot of those.
Yeah.
There's a lot of those in the CCIW. I mean, talk about Illinois Wesleyan and Carthage. They're big teams.
But as we saw with Illinois Wesleyan, you can be beaten by athleticism, and that's exactly what happened when we beat them right here. CCIW, I tell you, it is a conference full of talented players in every level, every sport. One of the greatest conferences in the country.
Absolutely. Especially at the D3 level, too.
Oh, without a doubt.
Cherry wide open 3. Big response from Jack Cherry. Need to keep that going. Back to 9. Elmhurst 3 of their last 3. I'm starting to heat up in the last few minutes. Winkler, he's been held quiet here in this second half. Haven't heard much of his name. Noise. Straughter. Free throw line. Back out to Spates. Good defense for Elmhurst. Winkler's going to try a deep 3. Off target, rebound Pearson.
That's what we need to do. Keep pushing their offense farther and farther out like that. So they're one and done. Now let's see if we can back up that 3 we just had.
John Betta taking on Tolman. Got a good screen. and found the baseline cut.
Just like that, Dawson, 7-point lead.
Need to keep it going.
5-point turnaround right there.
Need to keep it going. Need to keep getting stops on the defensive end. Here's Winkler.
It all starts with their defense, too. I mean, you could just see all of a sudden they're starting to press a little bit farther out.
There's a breakdown. Winkler is wide open in the middle of the paint. Elmhurst 4 of their last 4 on the offensive end. Trellenberg has a wide open 3. Finds the bottom of the net.
Uh-oh, he's starting to warm up.
Trellenberg in this second half. Couple of points. Here's Winkler. Strotter now. Fights for the screen. Winkler had a wide open 3. Decides not to shoot it. Finds Strotter. Gonna take Pearson and a grab. I think it's gonna be on the floor. Yep. Or they don't count the basket.
What?
Wow, they're gonna count the basket and say it was through the shot.
The whistle was long before.
I don't know about that. You can see it here.
Either.
Yeah, he's going through and then he decided to shoot it. I think that should have been on the floor.
Yeah, I agree with you, but Strotter, they're saying.
Oh, they're going to say that's a shooting foul, and that's 4 on Talon Pearson now. But he misses the free throw.
We'll take it.
Big break for Elmhurst. Strotter was 2 for 2 before that one. Luke Smith back in the game.
Original starters into the game. Oh, man, got clobbered by Spates.
It was a great cut from Smith. A little give and go that came there. He said it's Spates just over the top.
Oh, it's a good thing he didn't go up because he would have shot that one up against the trees because he was definitely the smallest kid in that crowd.
Trying to shoot it over those trees. Can't find.
I love his guts.
Net.
He's only a freshman.
Absolutely. In the starting lineup for this really athletic Elmhurst team that's full of guards that can compete. Able to beat most of them out. Luke Smith has been starting the entire year. Good hands from Vinny. Here comes Trellenberg, can't find it. Smith able to keep it alive. And there's finally a foul on Winkler, who dove in. Another chaotic sequence.
Jeez.
I mean, we've seen multiple of these this game, Bill.
It's like ping pong. Doink. Doink. You had to call that on Winkler because he basically came in there uncontrolled on Vinny. And Vinny leading away with 17 points.
And that's a big foul because it's going to put Elmhurst into the bonus for the rest of the game, rest of these 6 minutes.
And they're shooting 73%, 8 of 11.
Can't get the first half of a 1-and-1. For Vinny, you gotta bury those.
You've got to.
On the season, he struggled from the free throw line, 65.5%. Toman, top of the key. Strotter drives baseline, trying to get it over. Adjunct Betta did a great job going up with him. Forced the air and
been
pass.
kind of quiet there, Dawson, and that's good for us. Now we need to convert on this end of the floor. Doesn't have to be a 3, just a basket. A clean look at the basket. Box out if you have to get a rebound. Here's Vinny.
Smith, corner, draws a double team, back out. Blahoot fakes a 3, back out to Smith. Gets blocked by Winkler. They're going to call a tech on Winkler after the block.
Was that? Yeah, he did pick it up.
Must have said something after the block. We'll see it here.
I mean, it's a very athletic play. I'm not sure what he said, but whatever it was, he caught the attention, and I know head coach John Baines heard that too, and he did not like that whatsoever.
Yeah, said something to the bench. You could see him mouth something. Couldn't see exactly what it was, but.
Did you see that thing at Michigan State with that player that Tom Izzo coached got kicked out of the game?
Oh, yeah. That's
one of his favorite students, players of all time, got kicked out for mouthing off to the right. And he says, well, I guess I'm going to have to call Mr. Davis tomorrow. Great stuff.
Sequence there in Lansing.
Now, that's what you need to do right there.
Absolutely. Trellenberg knocks down both technical free throws. That's a big break for Elmhurst. So now it's a 6-point game. You've brought it down to only 2 possessions.
Winkler's going to come out. You got to tame that lion. You got to give him a breather. You got to let him. Hey, listen. We are in the lead, but things like that could cost us the game.
Absolutely. Anderson's back in the game. He'll pick up the ball here, guarded by Smith. 2 great freshmen.
It's such an emotional game too. That's hard. Oh man!
Wow, they're gonna.
It looked like he just lowered his shoulder.
Yeah, that's. We'll see it here. Toman trying to take on Trellenberg. Just takes a shoulder right to him. Little elbow. Still not on the bonus though for Millikin. 6 fouls. Yeah, that one. I mean,
what do you got to do?
We've seen a couple of questionable calls tonight.
Yeah, that one could have ripped Dominic's head right off.
They've been playing physical all game.
Yeah.
Continuing it here. Blocked by Adja Honpeta. On the fast break now. Here's Blue. Smith. Boone. 3. Buries it. 3-point game in Elmhurst.
Let's go, Blue Jays.
And the crowd's starting to get into it. 4 minutes to go.
Blue Jays 6 of 8 on their last. 3 turnovers for Big Blue in the last, 2:17.
Here's Toman behind the back, step back 3 over Boone. Can't respond, rebound Trellenberg, gets it away in time.
Trellenberg's taking an absolute beating out there.
He is, both times on the floor, putting his body on the line for the Blue Jays. And a foul on Ketchum.
Well, Big Blue now, a scoring drought of right around 3 minutes has helped the Blue Jays pull within 3. And that's going to put Blue Hoot to the line. He's got 3 points, 1 of 2 from the free throw line.
Another big stat. 3 turnovers in that span, too. Elmhurst, I believe, only have had 1.
Well, we got to make these shots. 71%, 10 of 14.
Rebounded by Boone and just can't find the pass. And they're going to call foul. Oh, no.
Are they going to say that went off the underneath part of the basket? Let's see.
I think it did.
It did. Ran off the backside. Otherwise, Boone would have had that. I thought maybe a Big Blue player maybe got a hand on it. Boy, the final 3:48.
You got to hit the free throws, Elmhurst.
No. That's a killer right there. Killer. That's why they named them free throws.
Absolutely.
Charity strike.
Absolutely.
I
You got to hit them.
Yeah, you have to.
You have to hit them. Millikin back on offense, trying to stretch their 3-point lead. Here's Toman, going to go baseline, draws a double team, and that's going to be on Boone. Can't foul there if you're Aiden Boone.
That's his 4th.
It's just a situation where you get the double team you want, down on the trap, and most importantly, it's going to put Millikin in the bonus and send Toman to the line, who's perfect.
19 fouls for Big Blue, 7 for the Blue Jays. Toman doesn't look like he misses much. I don't think he misses a meal. I don't think he misses a minute in the weight room. That kid is solid. That is what you call an athlete right there.
And he knocks both of them down, so it stretches to a 5-point lead. Back to 2 possessions for Millikin.
That's the kind of kid you want leading your team right there.
Absolutely. Really only started playing last year for this Big Blue team. Boone spin, lay-in, off target. It's going to stay with Elmhurst.
What a move by the big man. Wow, take a look at this. Talk about spin and more spin. Boy, Boone took it from the near wing and just went kind of like a twister all the way to the basket.
and was able to fight through the rebound to get it off Big Blue Laster.
Well, you can see Boone wants it. I got 4 fouls, but you're not going to stop me.
Spates ends up coming up with the rebound. Winkler's going to push it up the floor. Crowd wanted a foul. Toman, top of the key, taking on Trellenberg, going to pick up the dribble. Here's Strotter. Back up to Toman. Spates going to take it himself. Takes on Adjong Betta. Can't find it. Rebounded by Boone.
Yeah, we needed to stop right there. A 7-point lead. That would have been a hard one to come back from. Now we need to convert.
Absolutely. Step back 3 for Vinny. Can't find it. Rebounded by Winkler. Still don't need a foul if you're Elmhurst.
Good look there, Vinny. Good look.
It was a really good look, and he's been pretty money all night, 2 for 3.
Well, this place would have gone crazy if that one would have dropped.
Oh, it would have been loud, very loud. Winkler from the free throw line finds it, 7-point lead.
Under 2 minutes left.
Have to go if you're Elmhurst now. Need a bucket and a stop. Last 2 minutes of the game. Here's Trellenberg. Drives to the paint. Couldn't get the foul. Knocks down the basket, and it's a timeout for Elmhurst.
That's 16 for Trellenberg. They got 3 in double digits now. Adjong Betta 17, Boone 11, Trellenberg 16. Look at this athletic play. Tell me who wanted it more right there.
Yeah, Trellenberg fought through the contact. I'm surprised they didn't call a foul there on Strotter.
Take a look at this scoring here. 34-31 in the first half, 33-31 here in the second. These teams are pretty identical.
Yeah, and it's been a close game up and down the floor. It's going to come down in the last minute 45 here in Elmhurst, who went on a hot streak there and then fell off there before that last shot from Trellenberg. They were 1 for 7. They're able to bring it down to a 3-point lead. Millikin able to respond. It's going to be a competitive last couple of minutes here, Bill.
It's going to be, I mean, every night, every game is exciting, whether it's close or a blowout. But these close games right here, if you got any calcium left at the end of your phalanges, which AKA is your fingers, like I don't, this is the kind of games you live for as a broadcaster, as a fan, as a player. You want these games to be athletic. You want to be close. You want to be physical. You want to play your best ball, and we're going to see that here out of both these teams in the next minute 45.
Absolutely. And if you're Elmhurst, I don't think you need to foul quite yet. You just need to get a stop, go down the floor, and get a quick basket. But got to play very, very smart on the defensive end, especially if you're Aiden Boone and Talon Pearson, who's now on the floor for the Blue Jays.
If you get into the fouling sequence, you got to remember Big Blue shooting 80% from the free throw line.
Boone is on the bench for Elmhurst. Winkler taking on Smith, bringing it up the floor.
I think that's just going to be a short breather there for Boone.
Here's Toman, kick out. Winkler can't find it. Rebound Elmhurst. Smith with it. Minute 30. Back to Smith.
John Baines calling out the play.
A lot of time for the Blue Jays still. Willing to run some of this clock down. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Here's Blahout. Pass out to Pearson. Turnaround. Blahout going to take a contested 3 off the back of the iron and can't get it. Toman with the big rebound. Gets it away to Strotter. Strotter with it. Still no foul from Elmhurst. Finds Winkler. 50 seconds to go.
Yeah, you're going to have to foul here soon.
And a block on Smith. Going to send Winkler to the line. Hasn't shot a free throw tonight.
46.9 seconds left. Got that 5-point lead. Winkler on the night. He has yet to shoot a free throw.
79.5% on the season from the free throw line. Some big free throws to close out this one. If you can knock down both, would make it a 7-point lead. Misses the first half of the 1-and-1. Elmhurst get it back. That's a break for the Blue Jays.
Yeah, we need a quick basket right here. They should have like the 2-minute
Smith
offense.
behind the back. Got it knocked out. Vinny from the corner. Knock it down, Vinny! 2-point game. And a takeaway. Tolman gets it back. And a smart foul from Vinny. But man, Elmhurst almost had it.
They may be looking at what they call a free path foul on Ajahong Betta. I don't think they are. That's exactly what Strauder's talking to him about. Hey, wait. I think they call it clear path foul. He had the ball, he was on his way, and he grabbed him. But we'll take it. That brings it within 2. I think there's going to be a time they may look at it now.
I think either way he goes to the line, right?
Yeah, he's going to go to the line, and I think they're going to look at, and John Baines is like, wait a second. Just because he talks to you about it, you made the call.
Yeah.
And unfortunately now they're going to look at it, and if it's a clear path, that's a technical foul.
Right. Well, big decision here. Elmhurst almost had the steal, just couldn't corral the ball. Toman ended up coming up with it, and that's the last person you want to put at the free throw line.
Yes, that's not the one.
Clutch. 80% on the year.
Oh, we just saw Winkler. He missed, and he was just shy of 80.
Right, exactly. You never know in these pressure situations who will be the guy to react and who will crumble.
So let's take a look at this last play. They're talking about a clear path. Ajahong Betta had it, and he went and he grabbed him.
I don't think that's going to be.
I don't think it is.
It's a tie. I think it's just a foul.
Yeah, they're not.
It's just a foul.
They're just gonna. It's just gonna be a common foul. That was close though, because I was about to look up the definition, and I've seen enough of that in the G League where they call that clear path foul. If you have possession and you're on your way and you grab them, that's a technical. But we'll take that. I mean, Toman doesn't miss. But if he does make this, it's only a 4-point lead with 27.3.
And this is the big one. The second half of the 1-and-1, able to knock it down. Like
we just need a quick basket.
Absolutely. Quick basket and a foul. Not necessarily a 3, but you'd love one. Here's Blahout. Trellenberg, he's going to shoot a 3. No foul. Rebounded by Boone. Puts it back up. Off target. Ajahong Betta still with it. And he's going to get up, head to the free throw line.
16.6. About 11 seconds went off. Look at the determination by the Blue Jays under the basket.
They've done well offensive rebounding tonight. That's 13 now.
Ajahong Betta, 20 points. 1 of 2 from the free throw line. I can't emphasize on how important this is.
Knocks it down. I think it hit about every inch of the rim.
I need those paddles on my heart. Clear.
Millikin's going to call a timeout. Wow. Yeah, that was.
We'll take it. That's down to a 3-point lead now.
Absolutely.
And now it's going to have to be, and you know that Millikin's going to put in their shooters, their free throw shooters. They're going to force the Blue Jays to foul one of their better free throw shooters. Now, Toman made both. Winkler missed the front end of the 1-and-1. Ajahong Betta has done his part. Still has 1 more to go. Correct?
Yes.
That's what I'm like, hold on, just completely tsunami'd my thoughts out of my head. But 69-66. It's going to be, oh man, this is something else. We knew it was going to be a good one, Dawson.
Absolutely. It's coming down to the wire. Need Ajahong Betta to close out, get this free throw.
Now my question to you is, with 16.6, do you intentionally try to miss this free throw off the rim and get the board and then put it back up?
I think that's way too risky.
You think so?
You got to get the points, bring it back to a 2-point
I agree.
game, and then hope you can get a miss.
I was just trying to play devil's advocate because some teams will try to do that. but I think it's closer towards 0 that you would try that.
Yeah, there's still a lot of time left.
Come on, Vinny.
Jahong Betta knocks it down. 2-point lead for Big Blue.
Now Cherry's going to check back in. And they definitely have.
Best
They're going to try to get it to Winkler.
This is the Schroeder over the Tillman. Now you got a foul. And they got it away. That's Jahong Betta. I think he got called for a foul. He's going to head to the line.
Yes.
What a sequence. Smart play not to foul. Got the knockaway.
That's how you do that.
We'll see it here. It was Jahong Betta that knocked it away from Lane Tillman.
Oh,
and he's going to head to the line.
Forget those 2 just prior. This is the big one.
Exactly. It goes absolutely silent.
Come on, Vinny.
We're in R.A. Fagnall Hall. Knocks the first one down. 1-point lead for Millikin. And they're going to call a timeout.
They're going to freeze the kicker.
Absolutely. They're going to call a timeout. Well, it was a 12-point lead with just under 9 minutes to go for Big Blue. They went on a 9-0 run to start this. And now it's all Elmhurst have fought back and have brought it to a 1-point lead with a chance to tie. It's been a good game from Jahong. Jahong Betta. Good game from him tonight. 23 points. Trellenberg was 16 for the Blue Jays. I'm telling you, Trellenberg came alive. Him and Jahong Betta in the second half. Trellenberg 10 points. Vinny with 14 in the second half.
Now let's take a look at, hopefully this still is up here. Augustana at Illinois Wesleyan, Carthage at North Central, Carroll at Wheaton. I'd go to the scores, but right now this is a little bit more important.
Well, it comes down to this. 9 seconds left. Even if you miss, you still have an opportunity for Elmhurst because of that steal, but you got to knock this down.
And you're going to have 9 seconds. You're going to have to play the defense of your life.
Knocks it down. Tie game in Elmhurst.
Oh, my.
69-69. They've brought it back from 12 down. Here's Strutter. 9 seconds left. Gonna drive all the way coast to coast. Blocked by Boone! And it's away, Trellenberg! And we're going to overtime!
Wow, what a play. You talk about determination by the Blue Jays. And that should have been a foul. That's what John Baines is talking about right here. There was a couple chances down here that you could have blown a whistle.
There's that last play. Strutter trying to go coast to coast.
Like
what
right
about Aiden
here,
Boone?
That's a foul. He was taken down by number 8. Unbelievable. If Trellenberg could have got a shot off there, that could have been good. That could have been close.
Absolutely.
Oh, my. Woo! Overtime, baby.
Free basketball here in R.A. Fagnall Hall. Elmhurst trying to complete the comeback. We're all knotted up at 69.
Wow.
Wow. What a final sequence for the Blue Jays.
All I can say is wow.
We'll see the block from Aiden Boone one more time. Strutter, I mean, you got a clear lane.
You have
Did a great job, and then Boone.
Was that Vince? That was Vinny that got a hand on it. He went up there and.
Yeah, it was Boone and.
Was that Boone? Yeah.
Yeah, and Jahong Betta both did a good job not to foul. Talk about Boone, 4 fouls in that situation, selling out for the block, and he got it. It's
going to be necessary for the Blue Jays to get off to a quick start in this 5-minute overtime. You got to take control of this game. It's all brand new. It's 0-0. So you basically have to get a good possession, a good shot, put the pressure on the away team. Because right now they're on their heels because they've been leading all night. And we've come back and taken the wind out of their sails. And you can see both these teams, you can just see it on their face.
Well, this game has only been tied for a total of just over 3 minutes.
That's it.
Millikin,
40 minutes.
Millikin
Wow.
have led for 35 minutes and 56 seconds.
That's crazy.
And we're all tied in overtime. Elmhurst win the tip. Starters out for both teams. There's Ajahong Betta. Finds Boone top of the key. Luke Smith.
You can't win it with a 3, but you can definitely lose it. Just get a good shot.
Gets space in the air. Can't knock it down.
Smith thought he heard footsteps, someone real close to him, and just didn't get the shot that he needed right there.
2 players for both teams with 4 fouls. Winkler and Noyes both on the floor for Millikin. Winkler with the ball right here. Off a screen's gonna put up a jumper. He knocks it down.
Yeah, we need to get the equalizer. We can't, this is a sprint. It's not a marathon anymore. You only got 5 minutes.
Yeah, can't start slow like he did in that second half. Here's Blahout, finds Ajahong Betta, loses the ball.
That one punched out. Gosh darn it.
This has not started the way Elmhurst have wanted in overtime. Very similar to the start of the second half. And if you're Millikin, it's exactly how you want it. Toman ends up wide open, air ball. Wow, that's a shock. What a rare miss from Lane Toman.
And he had all day to take that shot.
Does not enjoy playing in Elmhurst. 15 points tonight. Last year he had 19, way under his numbers. When you're talking about being under your numbers at 15 and 19, you're a pretty good player. He gets that one though. I think the cornerback, and he makes up for it. 4-point lead for Big Blue. Elmhurst have yet to score in the overtime period. Smith.
We need a basket here. We cannot allow them to score anymore.
Trellenberg has space. Can't find it. It's going to stay with the Blue Jays though.
Good job by Blahout right that time. He could have been called for over the back, and I think that's what Straughter wants, is like, hey, can you check that out? Yeah, they're going to review it to see if it actually went off of a Big Blue player.
Well, what are they?
Straughter, I think, I didn't know they could review this.
I don't think you can review the foul.
Well, I think they're going to review who it went out at,
right?
who it went out on. I mean, there's no complaining by either head coach, so yeah, I don't think it's gonna. It could be on the foul. I think it's gonna be just on who it went off of.
When you're in this situation, if you're the refereeing crew, you want to get this right.
Well, you have to. I mean, I don't know if you saw the end of the Auburn game last night. My gosh, that place went up for grabs, and it was on the right call. I mean, and these guys, I mean, so much pressure on the referees these days. I mean, they go through an awful lot. They hear an awful lot. They get called an awful lot of things that you really shouldn't. But you take a look at this play.
Here's Trellenberg. Good fake by Smith, but here's really the question after this shot.
I think it went off Big Blue. I think it either went off of...
I think it was off Straughter.
Straughter or Noyes. It was one. They were the only... Blahout was back a little bit behind him. I think this stays with Elmhurst.
I would agree, and if it does, you have to come out as the Elmhurst on offense. You have to find a good offensive possession.
You have to. I mean, you just need a basket. I mean, it's just under 3 minutes, so it's got to stay with Elmhurst. Yeah, yep. That's a good call. They got it right. And if you're Strouder, you got to try to claw at everything you possibly can. You
Right.
want to make them, hey, listen, if we can get a call right here, that's big.
Absolutely.
This is a big, big possession right here, Dawson.
73-69. 2:55 to go in overtime. Boone, agile hung better. Closed down well by Winkler. Trying to fight inside. Going to take a turnaround jumper. Air ball. Strouder with the rebound. Here comes Tolman. Smith, he's going to take him. Got the mismatch. Winkler, wide open three. And that's a big shot from Winkler.
That's a backbreaker right there. Now these are all must-score possessions.
Well, you fought so long for Elmhurst. Able to claw it back from down 12, really the entire half.
Yeah, they cannot take this much time off the clock. They have got to score.
Smith can't find a response. Air balls to three. And 2 minutes to go now. Elmhurst down 7. Still an opportunity, just got to keep fighting.
Oh, Pearson could have got that one.
He had it. Spates. Tolman.
They're going to take as much time off that shot clock. That's
and
smart.
They should. Winkler drives in. No foul called. Here comes Boone. Taking on Tolman, trying to battle. Kicks out. Trellenberg would be a big three. Knocks it down. Barely even touched the net.
Oh, boy.
And again, a 4-point deficit with 1:30 to go.
This is when we made our approach at the end of regulation.
They just keep finding a way. I mean, that's just a smooth shot from Dominic Trellenberg, now up to 19 points.
That's crazy.
And after the first half, Bill, you only had 6. Second half, you had 10, and now 3. 13 points the last 2 periods for Dominic Trellenberg.
Other scores around the CCIW. Wheaton pulls off a 1-point win at home, 85-84 over Carroll. Well, that had to be a good game, too. I mean, there's all good games, it seems like, tonight. Let's see. Carthage who just defeated the Blue Jays on Saturday. Carthage wins 69-61 over North Central. It's not bad. It's not football. That's why they didn't win.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you, they came up short against a very, very strong UW River Falls team. 88-79. Augustana made a comeback, but Wesleyan improves on their record. And here we've got 76-72, $1:29 left, Dawson.
Elmhurst in the double bonus. Millikin just a single. Elmhurst down 4 with 1:30.
Okay, what do you do here? Because you got, well, the good thing is you got Winkler. You know they're going to try to get it to Tolman.
Well, they didn't foul last time, able to get a couple of takeaways in the closing minutes.
I almost would have fouled Strouder right away.
Winkler taking on Cherry. Finds Spades. Elmhurst decided not to foul, hoping to get a stop. Finds Winkler top of the key. Screen from Tolman. Cherry right on him. Deep three from Winkler. Back iron. And Tolman dives for it. Gets the rebound. Under a minute to go. Fresh shot clock. And Pearson's going to foul out.
I don't know. That kind of looked a little bit of embellishment there on Winkler. But Pearson is going to go. Take a look at this.
And that's a rebound you have to get if you're the Elmhurst Blue Jays. But here's the foul. Yeah.
I don't know about that. I mean, that could have went either way. You could have called offsetting fouls on, to be honest with you, embellishment and a foul.
Well, Winkler's 0 for 1 tonight from the free throw line. Knocks that one down. 5-point game in favor of Big Blue. Still a 2-possession game here for the Blue Jays. Winkler knocks that down. It's a 6-point lead. You don't necessarily need a 3.
No, but you need a quick basket.
You need a very quick basket and then another stop. That one's knocked out by Ketchum.
Yeah, they've got 6'5" McGrady Noyes on Trellenberg. Try to disrupt any shot that he's going to get.
Inbound by Jack Cherry.
You know they're trying to work it to him.
Boone on Tolman, Adjahong on Tolman. Gets a foul, and he's going to head to the line. Adjahong bet up. Had those clutch free throws at the end of regulation. Did a good job fighting down on the baseline to get there again.
Tolman, that's his third. Come on, Vinny.
24 points tonight for Vinny Adjahong-Betta. Make it 25. Trying to carry this team to yet another comeback with less than a minute to go. Five-point lead for Big Blue. It's a 4-point lead now for Millikin. Lahoud's going to come in for Luke Smith.
Whew. He's got 26 points. Trellenberg right around his average right now.
Career night for Vinny Adjahong-Betta. Here's Tolman.
You don't want Boone to foul out. But you got to foul somebody, and you got to do it soon.
Not fouling. They don't necessarily need to at the moment. A lot of time is going off the clock. Winkler's going to dribble and take as much time as he can off. Under 30 seconds to go. Shot clock's going to go off for the rest of the game. Schroeder, and that's the dagger.
That one hurt.
You can't let that happen if you're not going to foul.
No, that one hurt.
Adjahong-Betta's going to take it to the baseline, draw another foul. But it's a little too much too late, I think, Bill. Schroeder up to 20 points now.
Yeah, that one, as you called it, the backbreaker, that one hurts.
Well, it was the big three tonight for Millikin. Schroeder with 20, Winkler with 20, and Tolman with 17. Those are all the top three scorers for Millikin. Elmhurst going to head to the line again, try to tack on more for his career night.
Vinny has just been so solid tonight.
8 for 12 from the field, 3 for 4 from 3. 8 for 9 now from the free throw line, trying to add another. Probably missed that on purpose. Boone's able to get it up. It's a 3-point play for Elmhurst. So 77-84, Millikin with 10 seconds to go. It's a 4-point lead.
It can happen.
Seen crazier things happen.
30-second timeout.
Sure. They're giving themselves a chance. That's exactly what you got to do in that situation. I mean, you called it at the end of regulation, trying to purposely miss a free throw. They did it right there, it looked like it.
And it worked.
I mean, that's probably the perfect type of situation I've seen ever.
That couldn't have worked out any better there, Dawson. That was Boone just crashing the boards. Ball came right to him, and nobody was on him. He was able to put that one in, make it a 4-point lead now. It's manageable, but what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to foul immediately. I mean, as soon as that ball touches someone inbound, that foul's got to happen.
Yeah.
Because you need as much time because you got to come down the length of the court. Unless we have a timeout where we can do what they call the transition timeout, where they move the ball up past half court. I don't know if we have any.
Elmhurst is out of time.
So we can't do that.
So you got to go the whole way. John Witcher's into the game for the Blue Jays. 10 seconds to go here in overtime. I mean, give credit to the Blue Jays on their fight towards the end of regulation and the end of overtime here.
Well, we need another big steal right here.
And they're not going to get it. Tolman's going to bring it up the floor. He'll get fouled. And he hasn't missed from the free throw line tonight.
Well, we could be on the verge of the first loss here at R.A. Fagano Hall on the season for the men's basketball team. And if that's the case, they're going to drop to 1-3 in conference play. And that's a rough start for the Blue Jays, but there's still plenty of time.
Yeah, just got to get hot at the right times.
You do.
It's the end of January into February when you want to play your best basketball.
Yes. Yeah, he's not going to miss.
Tolman knocks them both down. He's perfect from the line tonight. Blahout's going to try to bring it up the floor. Got to get a quick shot. Trellenberg does. Good defense by Strotter. And Adjong bet is blocked with a second left. That's pretty much it here tonight. 83-77 with a minute or a second to go. And that's going to do it here from R.A. Fagano Hall. The Blue Jays fall to 1-3 in the CCIW. Big win for Millikin as they move to 3-2 and continue their strong start to the year.
What an exciting game we had here tonight. Closed out the second half. I mean, it goes to overtime. We talked about it. You have to come out hot. Well, Millikin did. They outscored the Blue Jays 14-8 in that overtime period. And that was all the difference. That's all you needed right there. They got off to the quick start. They held fast, and they're able to get an upset victory here on the floor of R.A. Fagano Hall. Well, they'll see each other again later on in the season, but this time down in Decatur. Next couple games for the Blue Jays. They got Augustana coming up on Saturday. Then they'll be on the road at Carroll, at North Park before they welcome in Carthage and North Central. And then the rematch, the end of the month, at Millikin on the 31st, at Augustana, at Illinois Wesleyan. And then home against Wheaton, at North Central, and then they'll close out the regular season at home against Carroll and North Park on Senior Day, February 21st. Now we're waiting for head coach John Baines to come up, and I believe he is going to come up and have a word. Owen, I'll be right there. Okay. All right, we're here with head coach John Baines, and what a thriller tonight, Coach. That was a great game. Millikin just able to pull out here in overtime.
Yeah, that's a tough game. I told you, I think about a couple weeks ago, I think at a conference we're going to have a lot of these, and you know, you can't get too high when you win a close in overtime, and you can't get too low, and you got to go on the next one, I guess.
Yep, the next one you've got on Saturday against Augustana, but you do get a rematch against Millikin at the end of the month. And Ajahong Betta and Trellenberg again came up big. Boone was playing with 4 fouls most of the contest, and I tell you, your big three really came through tonight.
Yeah, they played their hearts out. I mean, we played really hard. I felt like the first 10 minutes we came out a little soft. Just they were pushing us off the stuff, and I will give our guys credit. They did adjust, and I said, you know, you got to get a lot more physical. We won the glass, which this is the leading rebounding team in the league, so I feel like that was a big test for us. If there's anything we can take from the game without looking at a film already, obviously 2 seconds after a game, right. We panicked a little bit. You know, we got into in the beginning of the second half and then also in the overtime. You know, we got down 4 or 5, and it was somebody was trying to make a hero play, and we didn't need that. You know, we just got to, in those situations, you've got to get good quality shots and good quality possessions, and something for us to learn from because, you know, these possessions are awfully crucial.
Yeah, they are, and you saw that here tonight against Millikin. Well, you get to bounce back on Saturday against Augustana, another team that is having a really good start to their season, and it's going to be one of those games where after Carthage, after here, it's time to get back in the win column.
You're telling me. We just have to play complete games and find a way to do that. And I don't think it's lack of effort, and I don't think it's lack of ability. We just haven't quite put it all together. But when we do, I think it's going to be really exciting. I'm hoping that it's on Saturday. We'll see. I think our guys are working hard. They've got the right frame of mind. I don't think there's anything that I'm going to say that's a negative thing in terms of other than just we got to play a little bit better to win some of these games.
Well, if anybody can figure out, you can, Coach. And we wish you the very best. We'll see you on Saturday against Augustana. And, you said you're going to watch the video. It's only a couple seconds after. But I'm sure you'll make the changes necessary for a very, very good contest here on Saturday.
Hey, this is basketball. We're not splitting atoms here.
No, we're not.
We were talking about 18 to 22-year-old guys putting a orange thing through a round hoop, and it's not rocket science. We're going to get it. It's just we got to have some guys. We got to have some guys just raise a little bit individually, and as a team, we got to make a big jump.
Well, you and your staff, I know, will get it all figured out and get these kids in the right direction. You got the players. I mean, these kids play. They bought into the system. They love playing here. We love watching them play, and I can't wait for Saturday.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
That's head coach John Baines. They drop a overtime thriller to Millikin, 83-77. Good night, everybody, and go Blue Jays.